Good evening and welcome to 5 on 5. Tonight we're talking about bankruptcy and we're joined by Duane Murray, attorney, bankruptcy attorney. Thanks so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
You know, we don't seem to be hearing as much about bankruptcies as maybe in the last couple of years or at the height of the recession. Are bankruptcies down?
Yes, indeed they are. From the first quarter of 2013 to the back compared to the first quarter of 2012, nationwide they're down about 16%. Southern Oregon about 25%.
Okay, so they're still pretty high here.
Oh yeah,
comparing. All right, and is the worst over?
I don't think so. What has happened is the banks and lending organizations have been sitting on foreclosed properties or properties that should be foreclosed for some time. They've now begun a different process, which is called judicial foreclosure, as opposed to the trustee and the notice of foreclosure. That's a faster process for them to do, and they are now working on this backlog. So in fact, it appears that we'll probably see an uptick in the number of foreclosures that are going to happen. Okay. They've been sitting on this inventory for a while. The banks and so lenders have to get rid of it. They want to get rid of it and move on. So,
is there a certain demographic or maybe age range that is experiencing bankruptcies more in the local area?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say what has happened is because over the last 4 or 5 years, it's been increasingly difficult, if not impossible, to get a new mortgage loan, that the bankruptcies have processed most all of those folks. What we see now are medical bills. So again, that would normally affect the older generations. You know, they're going to have higher medical bills to deal with and less ability to pay them. So that's what we see in the bankruptcies is more and more medical problems that cause the tipping of having to do a bankruptcy.
All right, yeah. And we will be back with more right after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. We are talking with attorney Duane Murray today about bankruptcies. And before the break, you were telling us how the Medford area compares to maybe the national trends. But if people are having trouble making their payments, what's the first thing they should do?
Well, I don't know if it's the first thing, but if in fact they do get behind a month or two, it's always good to talk to a professional. There's nothing wrong with talking to the loan people, but normally that would accelerate their response if they know somebody's in trouble. So although it's self-serving, I would say call a competent lawyer that can advise you on your specific fact situation, because just a 1 or 2 differences can make the difference in what should be recommended. And a lot of times, a bankruptcy isn't the answer. We have, actually, our firm has created a nonprofit separate law firm that's called HELPS. It's an acronym which stands for Help Eliminate Legal Problems for Seniors and Disabled. And so those folks who qualify don't have to file bankruptcy, and they get the protection of a law firm, and they get all of the harassing phone calls and so forth are stopped, because whoever is harassing them has to go through the legal procedure and honor the representation by the law firm. So that usually helps a lot of folks. And a typical one would be a senior who is on Social Security only. That Social Security income cannot be garnished. So even if a creditor did get a judgment against them, they couldn't collect it from that source. So there are a lot of things that we can tell people, at no charge, because you don't get charged for that kind of thing. And there are other law firms as well, not just ours. But that's a real big bonus that people don't understand.
So they should get some help to weigh their options to see if bankruptcy even is the best route for them.
Absolutely. I mean, because there are always more than one choice.
All right. And is there a place that homeowners can go just to get some information right off the bat?
There are. I didn't bring the website addresses with me. I don't off the top of my head.
We'll get that and put it up on the screen.
Okay, sure.
But people can go and check online and see if this might be something that would work for them.
Absolutely.
All
Sure,
right.
Sure.
Duane Murray, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
And stay with us. We'll have more news right after the break.